man. Can't ball in a life, man. Go on with it, go on with it. Do us. So we are coming with a force. Yeah, blessing the reap and we coursing on.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Shay Renee, and we are back to talk about this trash reunion for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Child, I'm waiting for Atlanta. The Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 7, Part 3 reunion. All right. So we come back into the reunion, and we're continuing with Mia and Jacqueline in these lame little receipts, which they didn't really have any receipts because Jacqueline started to give off what she was going to give. Mia wanted to bring out her bedazzled jewelry box that she done put some printed pieces of paper off of her Hewlett Packard and I from her HP printer. I don't know, child. Ain't nobody tell nothing, okay? So they go into talking about, oh, Mia said, Jacqueline said that Mia need to get some more D. And then Mia tries to, gain sympathy talking about something. And you know what? I want to address that because she is just, that is her attempt to talk about my husband. And he is a prostate cancer survivor. And she's the only one that knew that. First of all, Mia, wasn't nobody saying you need to get some more D and she was trying to bring that out. You wanted to bring that out about Gordon so that you can get some sympathy. Mia, I don't know what's going on with you, but I'm gonna need you to start telling the truth. Then they start talking about the whole Porsche situation where Jacqueline apparently lied, allegedly, about Mia and Gordon helping her get her Porsche. Yeah, listen, throw the whole season away. Throw it away. Why is reality, let me say this. Why are we now getting to the point in reality TV where it is no longer reality? Y'all on these shows just saying anything. Just making up stuff off the top of your head. Just saying it out your mouth. Mia in the last last portion of the reunion, in reunion part 2, talking about Mia slept with Peter. And that wasn't true. You can't just be lying. You can't just be salacious, like just saying whatever to make it sound interesting so people can watch. We are not dumb. I don't know why these people think the viewers are dumb, but we don't want to see this BS. That's what we don't want to see. So I'm just really tired of them just getting on here and just saying anything. So basically, Mia and Jacqueline must not have been in on the deal because Mia is just making up all these things, trying to pump Jacqueline up, to be more than what she really is. I don't know what she was trying to do, but apparently Mia had a game going on behind the scenes to get Jacqueline on the show with her. But she didn't let Jacqueline in on it, okay? And now Jacqueline's offended because of all the stuff that Mia has said about her. And now she's pissed. So Mia done ruined the relationship with her friend/sister girl over trying to, I don't know what she was, like trying to be the it girl on this show. And she's low-key trying to put her friend on, but you didn't put your friend on to the game that you were playing on the show to put her on. All of this was very dumb. Look, Jacqueline didn't have to fly her tail all the way out to wherever they are recording at. You did not have to put your Disney ballroom gown on. You were one of the rejects from Sleeping Beauty with this dress on, okay? Yeah. We could have just scrapped this whole portion right here, okay? Because Mia and Jacqueline, just say you sorry and move on, because we do not care. Just throw the whole thing away. And Wendy, you are funny as I don't know what, because Wendy was like, yeah, give me them receipts that you got right there. Yeah, forward them all to me. Wendy, you don't need them receipts, honey. Ain't nothing in them, ain't nothing in there that you can return. Just return it all to sender. Ain't nothing in there you need. Moving on. Child, so now the rumor mill is coming outside, and her name is Charisse. This whole scene right here was just a waste of space. So Charisse comes out for why? I don't know what this get up is that she has going on. I mean, it must be the night of the Disney princess, because she has this bouffant whatever coming across her head, and giving you the real tea has pegged her correctly. Dejanay, okay, because she looked like Dejanay from the Proud Family. All right, that's what she looks just like. She looks like David Allen Greer in a dress. Okay, shout out to Color Me Pink. Charisse, why? Just why? Why are you here? Okay. Now, Andy asked questions about Charisse, and then he wants to say, oh, and just to let you know, we didn't bring Charisse back, or, Charisse didn't beg to come back. Well, we asked Charisse to come back, actually. Yeah, you asked Charisse to come back because she was a part of Giselle's diabolical plan and Robin to try to take Karen down. So Giselle probably asked y'all to bring her back. Because on Watch What Happens Live, if y'all watch What Happens Live after the reunion goes off, Karen, Andy said, well, you do know that, we brought Charisse back, right? We just brought her back because we just thought it would be great to bring her back. And she said, oh, okay, yeah, but who asked you guys to bring her back? Then Andy starts laughing. And she says, right, because she knows. Giselle is the one that asked them to bring homegirl back so that they can start some mess. So Charisse was like, I never brought out your business or never talked about you or said anything about you. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You the one that talked about the blue-eyed man seasons ago when you were on the show. And then while you sitting up here trying to act like you best buddies with Giselle, because Robin was like, yeah, and Charisse gets along with everybody except for Karen and Wendy. First of all, why are you bringing up Wendy? Because did Charisse try to get to know Wendy? She probably didn't, because you don't like Wendy. And Giselle, you were the one bringing up the fireman the last time Charisse was on the show. You were the one trying to say she was sleeping with some fireman. And y'all weren't getting along the last time Charisse was on the show. So what's now happening with this new rekindling of a relationship that y'all had? Because y'all was at each other's throats the last time she was on the show. Giselle. All y'all can go to hell. Just go. It's giving lies upon lies upon lies. It's a plan on top of a plan, and it's all failing. Charisse is not entertaining, okay? If she really wanted to come on this show and be entertaining and give what needed to be given, she would have shown her champagne room. She would have shown life after divorce. We would have seen her family. She would have had them coming to film at her house. What are you doing? Besides chasing Karen and trying to throw allegations at her left and right. It's very boring and very dry. Then you go into Karen's mother's funeral for what? Why are you trying to be friends with Karen, but she ain't the grande dame and she ain't all that she's cracked up to be? But you doing all of this chasing after her, trying to be her friend, because you do anything for clout, right? And then here's everything in a nutshell. Y'all keep on asking Karen, why don't you like Charisse? Why? Because I don't fucking like her. Period. I don't need to give y'all a reason why. Stop asking this lady why she don't want to hang out with Charisse. Did anybody ask y'all? Have y'all said why y'all don't like Wendy? Nobody has given a solid reason why they don't like Wendy. Giselle and Robin, because I don't like her. That's why I didn't care about Mia throwing this in her face and all this stuff. Why y'all don't like Wendy? Until you answer that, I don't give a damn about Karen not liking Charisse. Charisse, number one, is not on this cast. Don't nobody give a damn about her being here, okay? Boo-boo and be gone. Go find Katie and Carpet Munch together. Do that. Because Katie allegedly, but it's on there, she had a nice little tweet about you guys doing a little canoodling and poo-poo session, okay? So maybe y'all should bring Katie back on the show, right? So we can keep everybody honest. Because it seemed like y'all got a little line problem. Mia up here talking about Karen sleeping with somebody that's the owner of, and I believe allegedly she's talking about Sobe Restaurant let me not say that. She's talking about a restaurant here in PG County, okay? So she's trying to say that the owner of the restaurant, whoever, that's allegedly, I don't know if that's the place she's talking about because they did blur it out. But I did see them eating there before. But they've eaten a lot of places, so I don't know. But anyway, she's trying to say that Karen slept with the owner of some restaurant's friend or something like that. And blah, blah, blah. Mia, you're lying. And then she's talking about, it's family. Everybody family to her. Mia, how many cousin Pete's you got running around here? Because you seem to be the lady that's at the cookout with everybody. And, you know, was you in Poetic Justice with Tupac and daggone Janet Jackson just going to random cookout saying you somebody's cousin? Because everybody is your family. Peter is family. Whoever this owner, cousin, Pete and Trish is family. Girl, boo and bye to you. All of this is a bunch of BS. Karen don't have to like Sharice. She don't have to tell y'all why she don't fool with Sharice. But y'all know why she don't fool with Sharice. Because Sharice, the last time she was on the show, was bringing up blue eyes and trying to say, Karen, you done call her the drunk lady in Potomac. And you talking all this trash about her. Why would I want to be your friend? And what you're not going to do is force me to be anybody's friend. So all of you can go to hell. And gasoline draws, okay? And tell us why you don't like Wendy. Why you at it? Child, so now they get to the even more boring part, talking about Robin's package, and Sharice is still there for some reason. So they talk about Robin and, you know, her background on the show this season, and then her, you know, little her shotgun wedding that she had with just her parents there, child, on the beach somewhere in Maryland that don't nobody go. So good for her. Then they talk about Karen and rumors and all this, that, and the third, and how, you know, for Robin's prenup, everything is 50-50, and she left out the fidelity clause. And I'm pretty sure we know why she left it out. She tried to say she left it out because she don't want to be setting herself up. Robin, you ain't giving that rubbery poon to nobody, okay, girl? Boo and bye, okay? Then you're talking about 50-50. You damn right you need to do a 50-50. I agree with that because you done lost all this man's money before when y'all were rich. So now you need to give him the chance to take all your damn money too, child. Girl, bye. So moving on. Then they talk about all these rumors and carrying on about Karen knowing about the blonde lady in Georgetown and all this crap. Then earlier in the episode, they talk about people giving them, you know, telling them, people they know telling them rumors about each other. And Robin was like, well, no, we don't get our news from bloggers, okay? First of all, yes, you do. Because Giselle saw a blogger talking about, and I'm not going to say the blogger's name because I don't like them. Okay, don't nobody like this blogger. Don't nobody know what they look like, okay, because they don't show their face, okay? And a lot of people have moved away from said blogger. But this blogger is the one that said that Eddie was cheating on Wendy with a coworker and had no proof of it. And Giselle decided to bring it to the show without having any evidence. So yes, y'all do get your information from bloggers. Stop it. Stop playing. So Robin was like, but we get our information from people that we know, you know, people that come to us and tell us. Yeah, because the people that you know are getting it from bloggers. Are y'all dumb? I don't understand. I don't get it. And then Karen told me something. The person that Juan was cheating with, you know, or allegedly in Georgetown with looked something like me. And they're like, what do you mean by look like me? She was like, well, you know, we had blonde hair. Then they talk about the whole situation with Juan hugging Karen so tight that, you know, her breasts went to her back or something. You know, Karen she was like, you know, anybody, just like, you know, you're making accusations about Juan. Girl, your homegirl over here is doing the same thing when it came to Chris. But we're going to get into that because she never really said what Chris did. At least Karen said exactly what it was that Juan did that made her feel uncomfortable. But she wasn't saying that Juan was trying to be a creep. She just like, he need to be careful about hugging people that daggone tight. And quiet as it's kept, loud as it's being said, allegedly. Clearly, he likes somebody that look like Karen. If he messing with some blonde chick down in Georgetown that look like her. Not that sketch, Karen said. But whatever. Apparently, he likes anybody that don't look like you, Robin. Moving on, all of y'all are dry. And Sharice, why you still sitting here? Girl, go on, get off the couch. Just bye. Before Sharice made her, I don't know what she was doing, Shasha sashaying off the stage, we did have to talk about Robin and this whole Juan and Coppin State thing, and Wendy and the children. So really quickly, I hate how Robin tried to make it seem like, she's still okay with this whole. Candace, ask Wendy if Auntie Candace can bring the kids. Just say if you don't want me there, you don't want my children there. And Wendy made a very good point of saying, listen, Candace has not spent any time with my children alone. Why the hell would I send my kids to an event with her, to you, somebody that don't fool with me? You know damn well you wouldn't have sent your children, vice versa, you wouldn't have done that. So what is wrong with Robin and her empty, stupid head? Then, of course, Andy asked her about the whole Coppin State situation with the student and the accusations against Juan. She proceeds to say that, however, Juan, really didn't have any involvement in it, the way that they're saying, and that the way that they're handling, the way Juan handled it, if she was the parent, she would have agreed with the way he handled it. First of all, I would have just said no comment. That is an ongoing case. I really don't want to put, I'm not in it, so I don't even want to say anything about that. That's how you get yourself caught up in some BS, okay? Robin is dumb. She irritates me, and I just don't know why she speaks so unintelligently about things. Like, she just speaks just to speak. She thinks what she thinks and doesn't think through it, and none of the things that she does or says makes any sense. Over it. Child, so the men have come out, and Eddie, before they come out, is like, listen, Chris, so how you gonna act? What's gonna go on? You gonna hold it in? You gonna let it out? You over it? Like, what's going on? And Chris is like, listen, I'm just gonna clear some up, okay? Because all this little yin that Giselle been doing, I'm about over that, and we're gonna have a conversation today. So the men come out, everybody sits down, Sharice takes someone in the back, and so they talk about the Happy Eddie comments and whatnot, and Eddie is just like, listen, I'm Happy Eddie, and apparently he has trademarked that too. So I love how him and Wendy are just so cute. They have a solid relationship, and you can tell that there is true love there. And these women don't know what they look like in this group, okay? And that's that. So then they go to Gordon and Mia. Gordon, they talk about Mia and the doctor's appointments and her going back and forth and whatnot. And he gets emotional about that, saying that, it's really hard because he looks at his children and then she's going through all these things. And he's just like, I can't imagine my children not having their mom. And then obviously he's an older man. So it's like, if something happened to Mia, I'm sure he's thinking, I'm old. Will I be here when my children are grown to take care of themselves? So, he's at least expecting Mia to outlive him so that she can be there for their kids. And at first I thought it was a little, lifetime. But then after thinking about it, I can tell why he got emotional, and I think it was really genuine. So then, of course, they ask about him sleeping with Mia's friends and whatnot. And I forgot to talk about with Jacqueline. She did say that she's never slept with Gordon, okay? So then they ask, what about the situation? He said, I've never slept with any of Mia's friends. And then they talk about the Peter girl. And he was like, oh, well, there was no penetration. Like, I'm like, well, you and Mia just seem to be fooling around with people together. I don't know what y'all up in here, what type of hanky-panky y'all got going on. But moving on. So we get to Chris and Giselle, okay? So Chris brings up a very interesting point. So they start talking about the whole situation with Giselle, talking about she uncomfortable and whatnot. This whole scene took longer than it should because Giselle is full of semantics. Chris brought up a very good point. He says, listen, you keep talking about you were uncomfortable, whatever, and that, if you'd have known your glam squad wasn't going to be in there and who to what. When we got to your room, you said that you would go in your room because, you wanted to go in there because your glam squad was in there and you don't want to be in the room with me by yourself. I get it. why did you proceed to bring me into your room when we got there and you realized the glam squad was gone? I would have stopped talking and let her answer then. He kept asking questions. That was the one thing that I think he made a mistake about. Then he was like, what did I do exactly to make you feel uncomfortable? So we just go on and on and on around in circles. She doesn't answer the question, okay? And he's like, you're lying on me. You made me lose money. You've made me, people question relationships with me. My family questioning me about this stuff. Like, answer me. What did I do to you? Like, what is going on? And so she's sitting there looking dumb in her bedazzled blue dress. And Candace, child, little as she is and loud as she can be, she said, because your gutter snipe, woo, Candace, I felt that right in your diaphragm raise up out your body. The way your soul came out you when you said that. That was the most powerful read I ever seen in my life. I think my edges went back a centimeter. I was like, oh, baby girl, you are really upset, okay? Candace read Miss Giselle for the filthy blue devil that she is, okay? So they continue to go on with semantics, and even Andy is like, okay, Giselle, this is semantics. Like, what did he do to you? She's like, that's it. He just made me feel uncomfortable. That's all. I was just uncomfortable being in the room with him. Okay, but you never answered the question in the beginning. Why did you even, he asked you, why did you even proceed to go into the room when you saw that there was nobody in it? She never answered that. So basically, you created your own discomfort. This was all stupid, and I don't even care to continue to go down the line of her and her foolishness. So it gets to another point in the conversation where Candace says, I feel like you do all of this stuff because of your, your image of being close to whiteness. You think that you can do whatever you want and you can say whatever you want and treat people however you want on this show. And if I was doing that, I would be looked upon differently. You doing that is okay. So she didn't quite say it in that manner, but I think everybody else was like, this is, that's just taking it a little too far. You can't say that a black woman is acting like a white woman or whatever. She's clearly a black woman, because Candace was like, because your white is, on here thinking you can say and do whatever the F you want, blah, blah, blah. And so even Wendy was like, Candace, I love you, girl, but, this ain't what you need to be doing. That ain't how you need to say that. And here's my thing. I don't see nothing wrong with what she said, because Giselle do think that she can do whatever she wants. Then Ashley told me something, well, you don't see anything wrong with how you said that. We just had the colorism conversation and whatnot, and, it just feels like you're just perpetuating these things. And, girl, shut up, Ashley. Shut up. You and your half-made dress, go back and get half of your money back, because the whole dress is not here. I need you and your Bob to be quiet, okay? Knock it off, because you just want to find a reason to speak. I don't even know why Ashley is here, because you think you're slick. You're sitting up here suing this girl for you and your crater-faced husband. I don't, creep husband. Child, Ashley, I'm done with you. And Wendy, you have got to stop this. Now, Candace, do I think that sometimes she has to be mindful of how she says things? Maybe, yes. But I think that these women are just upset because they can't never counter her. They're not wordsmiths like Candace is. They could never read Candace back the way that Candace gives them the entire library of reads, okay? They can't come back on her. And I think that's their problem. Now, do I think Candace goes a little too below the belt sometimes? Absolutely. 100%. But when you're dealing with somebody like Giselle that continuously lies on people season after season after season, and this is just her shtick, this can't be the thing. Like, here, the whole thing for this whole show, this show needs to take a tremendous turn for the better. This used to be one of the most prominent franchises. People were looking at Potomac as the next in line after Atlanta. Some people were favoring it over Atlanta at one point. But now it's just like, all of y'all are fake. Giselle, every season after season, gets away with not talking about her life. Robin clearly had a whole story that she didn't talk about on the show. They all sit around and have dinner before the season starts to make up whatever they're going to make up about people. And they have even admitted this season about lying on people and just making up shit. Time and time again, you guys are not being authentic on this reality show. None of y'all are being real. And Candace is pointing it out that this time, her husband as the target, in real life, you're not going to do that again. And I don't blame her. Protect your family by any means necessary. Giselle, you want to try to hold on to your place on this, your spot on this couch and your spot on this show by any means necessary. And Candace is going to eat you alive by any means necessary with her words. And if you can't handle it, not her problem. I also want to point out that after Candace called Giselle garbage and soulless and using her white privilege, she did bring up a good point of saying that Giselle is the reason why a lot of women don't actually come out and discuss outwardly any SA that has happened with them. Okay, and y'all know what SA stands for. We got to worry about what we say up here on the YouTubes, okay? And I agree with her. You cannot just be out here throwing this stuff around and trying to create storylines, because there are real people in real life that deal with these types of situations all the time. And I think that Giselle should be ashamed of herself. And something needs to be done about her in these made-up stories that she keeps on perpetuating season after season after season, and we still know nothing about her life. She talked about her health scare very quickly. I didn't even know Giselle had a sister. How many siblings does she have? The only people that we've seen on this show, we saw her mama briefly, and then we saw her dad. And then we saw Jamal here and there when he decided to dip in and out in the Mini Cooper. This whole thing with Giselle has got to stop. I am sick and tired of her. And Ashley, you over here being her sidekick, I just don't. I don't like it. I don't like it. But I do appreciate her saying to Wendy that she receives what Wendy is saying. Well, Wendy's saying, listen, we just had this colorism conversation. You have to be mindful of what you say. But Giselle Candace stood 10 toes down and said, yeah, I know what I said. Maybe I could have said it, I think she intended, maybe I could have said it differently. But I stand behind what I said. 100%. Period. So they end the reunion talking about everybody's coochie cat and all this, that, and the third, and who's got the prettiest cooch. My thing is, y'all sitting up here arguing, and Mia then threw stuff in Wendy's face, but y'all looking at each other's cootie cats. Okay. Then they get to Ray and ask Ray about the whole situation with Karen. Does he believe that Karen is really messing around on him or whatever? He says no. He don't think that Karen is doing anything. He don't believe any of the rumors. But this, I said it earlier, but this is actually where they talk about the whole thing with Juan hugging her so tight that her boobs went to the back of her vertebrae. And she said, no, do I think that Juan was trying to be inappropriate? No, but he do need to keep his hands to himself and, understand boundaries where it comes to women. And they talked about some scene where, Juan made a statement, allegedly, I guess, that Karen could be the number 3 in the threesome or something. I don't know, child, but this is just a bunch of foolishness and malarkey, okay? Ray don't believe that Karen is out here doing nothing. Juan, don't hug nobody too tight. Matter of fact, Juan ain't even gonna be seen, child, because he ain't gonna come to no reunions. He done already yelled about the women on the damn phone, through the phone, child. Juan don't want to be on this show, okay? He don't want to have no parts of this. He barely want to be around Robin, okay? She lucky she had his children, because that's the only reason why he even looks at her day to day. Okay? But, child, that's the end of this because I'm not even going to go into, Andy says, oh, I'm going to close this out. I've gone electronic or whatever. And so he brings out some little speaker and they play Candace's song, whatever, like they did in Miami. And that's it. So then they go into the clip of Robin on Watch What Happens Live. Now, I thought this was going to be some extended version or it was going to be different from what we already saw. We already saw this on Watch What Happens Live. So, we could have left this part out. But anyway, y'all, thank y'all for watching. The whole thing with Robin and the chick on the side, I already did a video on that for the Watch What Happens Live interview because I saw Watch What Happens Live and talked about it. I don't believe wholeheartedly everything that this chick said, but I do believe that Robin is dumb. I do believe that she's pretty much going to stand by her man. And I do think that she should be reprimanded for not talking about it on the show. And she tried to say, oh, well, I thought Karen was going to bring it up. Since she's so obsessed with when I was going to get married and worrying about me and carrying on or whatever. Girl, you can't wait for somebody else to bring up your drama. This is reality TV. Bring up your own reality. You and Giselle are so busy in everybody else's business, but you don't want to bring up your own. The same thing that could have secured, now if you lost your job, blame yourself. Because this story right here could have secured your spot on the show. And that's just that on that. Y'all, thank y'all for watching. Please, please, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with anybody else that's watching this foolishness too. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out.